Photographers are like bowls of soup. They're often dripping. They get sent back at a deli for being too cold-hearted, mostly. They're bad people. That doesn't mean I'm unwilling to help them. I have 10 that I will help today. I will help them figure out their lives, because they're lost. They're lost.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So against my better judgment today, we're filming on the Fuji X-T4 with the Viltrox 13mm 1.4. I'm going to sell this lens faster than any hobo has sold his child for soup money. It's a terrible lens. It's funny because there's nothing wrong with the lens whatsoever except my 3D pop snobbery that I now know Zeiss lenses too much and Leica. That's all I ever own now. So you're trash meat. Was that your question? No, it's not. Howdy, what's the smoothest autofocus lens for Fuji? For video. I read that right. There's not much. I mean, Philip Bloom did that comprehensive video, so just go watch his. I think it was the 16 to 50 that was like the smoothest, most reliable, but it's a Tony 2.8. 4.2 equiv or whatever that is. It's ugly, but whatever. And all the new primes should be decent now. The 18mm 1.4, the 23mm, and the 33. If you're speaking to my heartstrings, I go with that 33mm. You back it up a notch. Can't have the long arms, but you could have a show. I'm gonna switch to the Sony with the Zeiss Batis and see if we can see the 3D pop difference that our hearts now require. Was that your second question? I'm planning on buying an R6 soon, just wondering if there's an alternative in that price range, $3,300 Canadian. Should I be aware of? Talking head videos, kids doing sports, would like slow motion, 120p is good enough, 1080p. I would like to be able to vlog, don't mind the wait for short vlogs. A few low-end RF lenses, you got the 35 and the 50 and a kit lens. So you're pretty good to go already. I'm thinking, one, do you need the R6? That's kind of high level. Wait, you said something about that. I have no clue what's happening. Panasonic, Nikon, Olympus, World. Would love any thoughts before I blindly buy the Canon Cripple Hammer R6. You can get that icon down below in the membership. Nobody wants it. R6, thanks for... Wait, you sold something. Oh, that's the part I skipped over. Why did you sell the RP? Because, like, there it is. You had it. You were set for life. And then, what? It wasn't good enough for you? Come on now. It's not good enough for me. I get it. It's ugly. It's line skip 1080p at best. But it could be used. I would just suggest, can you find a used Canon R, and is that good enough? Do you really have to jump up to the R6 level? Because you're not getting a lot for it. Much harder to edit files. Can your computer even handle it? The color science is worse. It's crippled. Yellow skin tones, much like the Fuji array is showing us now, disgusting. The R is good enough for your needs. You can't save custom mode dials. Point is, the Canon R does a lot of what the R6 doesn't do. It has a lot of advantages, so just ask yourself, is it good enough? And then I would say, yeah, go for it. Canon R6 for the talking head. You better have like an M1 MacBook, something, this new silicon shit, because I can't edit that. I would have had a Canon R5 in here. I can't edit the files. I might hold off and wait till the Canon R Mark II or the RP Mark II, see what those bring to us. We know it dents from the cripple hammer of life, missing battery doors, and it should still record the file, but doesn't guarantee it. I just found your channel, love every bit of it. I use Sony a5000 with Sigma 31.4 to take pictures of the family. That's old but good. I hear you. Photos all day long. Want to start a YouTube. Okay, side rant. I want to start I haven't yet, but I could. I might one day. Please pour all your effort into advising me for something I might do one day. Start thinking of starting a channel and consistently living one are very different ideals. One leads off a cliff of despair and comment section reading, oh, I am good. I am a good person. Look, they love, oh, I got a hater. Oh, he said my nose hairs are too. Fuck you and your nose hair. You got nose hairs too, bitch. The haters don't get to me. But are you ready for the trauma that's about to, like, every flaw in your face will be pointed out on a daily basis. Are you ready for that? I don't think a lot of people know that is what's coming to them. You just want to show your family, oh, look at our family, we're nice. We have a little puppy, look at him. My kid gave him a haircut the other day, little rascal. And then people are like, oh, your kid sucks. He can't cut, and he better not go to haircutting school. Kid would fail at most anything he did, probably, especially haircutting. People are mean. People are mean-spirited. So are you ready for that? Just ask yourself that first. You're gonna need a camera, though. What do you think about ZV-E10 and Samyang 12mm Tony 2 for vlogging? Oh, that hurts. Okay. The ZV-E10 is the Panasonic G100 of our time. It's a disgusting effort. In fact, another little side rant here just for a second. The Panasonic G100 is the reason I sold all my Panasonic gear. I am so sorry, Flat Earth Santa and Marcus Pix. They were great gifts. I used them, but when I saw that, I was so offended by making a camera designed for vlogging that removes the IBIS and just cripples everything. Just makes it a kid-friendly camera, kid zone cam. Should have been pink. I was so offended that I was like, you know what? I got other options here. We got Fuji's, Sony's, everything, Olympus. No thank you, Panasonic. Whatever that was, you lost me. You lost me at hello. The ZV-E10 just did that. They remove IBIS. Here's your vlogging cam. We'll crop it a little bit, 45% crop, and it does nothing. But what are you doing? So that Samyang 12mm becomes like a 32 with the crop, and it's still jerky. It's not a good option. And the A7C, 18mm Tony 2.8, it'll be light. So will your audience head. Light-headed, dizzy from the stabe, sucking the life out of you. It's terrible stabe. Unless you use Catalyst Browse, do you have time? How are you going to deal with all the hater comments and Catalyst Browse? That's a lot of time. A lot of new time devoted to this. Where's your family? Suffering in the background of your vlog, your bullshit shaky vlog. Sony's not the answer. And Crane M3 is a gimbal. You haven't lived this life yet. You don't even know if you're capable of dealing with the hater comments for your kids' hairdressing mishaps. A gimbal? You're gonna set up a gimbal every time? Oh, sorry, son, do that thing you just did again? I wasn't set up with my fucking gimbal. Yeah, clip your sister's hair again. Oh, you really do suck at this? Jimmy, you suck at everything. Point is, just if you're thinking of, okay, I'm gonna start a little vlog, just use like a GoPro 10 for now. Even that's high-end. DJI Action 1 or GoPro 10 if you want to spring a little for a couple extra specs. Or something like the Olympus EM5 Mark III. I make notes now. I help you all. I think of all this stuff in advance. The Olympus Stabe. That was actually the next question. It's not even the same guy. No, 12mm Tony 2. I have full frame Sony. I don't vlog with it much because I'd much rather bring little Olympus. The 12mm Tony 2. Little Pentax lens cap. That's where you're at. So an EM5 Mark III with this same lens, that's where you need to be. Casey, you're the best that I've ever seen on YouTube. Keep it up. Give me a break. Stop busting my chops. I'm shooting on a Canon M50 Mark II. Wow, you're the one guy that bought that thing. It wasn't much of an upgrade over the Mark I. You better not have upgraded. I buy really cheap seats at sports games and would love a EF or EFS mount lens with grotesque zoom ability. EFM have nothing. Zoom category worth the coin. I'd be thrilled to see sweatbands from the nosebleeds. He talks more. Listen, buddy, you're in the wrong ass system, regardless of what you want to accomplish. Put any scenario in front of you. Oh, I only have an EFM system. Canon abandon it like they abandoned me. The Canon M system is the only known functional system right now in current day society to subsist of entirely kit lenses. Even their primes are kit lenses. They're bullshit. Every single lens, there's not one that's just like, that's your lens. Bunch of really slow zooms, ugly primes, light, cheap, nasty things. The whole system, like, they're not gonna make another lens. Their last one was that 32 mil. That was a joke. It's sharp. It's a good lens. I like it. Do you have one? I'm sure there's some EFS lens, APS-C DSLR lens you adapt on there, but who gives a shit? Like, I'm gonna go research that. Give me a break. Your answer is the EM5 Mark III with the 75 to 300. You're switching systems, but man, you got some reach now. That's a 600 mil equivalent. Might not even be long enough. I don't know, but it's light and somewhat stable. What do you think about the new Tamron 18 to 300 for Fuji and Sony APS-C? Funny one should ask that. Oh, if only I had it. Honestly, review coming? It's shockingly bad. But yeah, don't get it. Don't pounce on it just yet. Because comparing to the 70 to 300 Fuji, it's like night and day. We're talking like Steadicam gimbal, handheld. Like, this stabe in this lens is phenomenal. Unbelievable. Like, rock steady, more solid than the Olympus was with Ibis. This is magic lens stabe. This? What is this? Where's the, like, there's no button to turn it on. I wish there was one to turn it off. No, I don't. Why would I want that? It's so shaky. It's bad. Oh man, I haven't really noticed the image quality yet. I still have to go out and film the second part of this review, but it's not. I pre-ordered this lens from Camera Canada. Thank God I sold my Fuji and canceled that thing. As of right now, it's the most disappointing lens of our time. But we'll see if it can redeem himself in some area. I doubt it. Let us switch to the baddest for the rest of the show and get rid of this disgusting Fuji. You disgust me. Welcome to 3D Zeiss Pop. It's a soda. Hey Casey, I don't know if you remember. Laugh out loud. Remember what? It made no sense. I managed to get a A7 IV and the Sigma 35mm Tony HR 1.4 for the cinematic. I'm still deciding. On the right, variable ND mist filter. Is Freewell magnetic filter the best one? Yes, they are. So far, from what I've seen, other companies are offering me. It's like, no, they already made it. Stop it. A bunch of, I don't know, one guy reached out and he's like, we got it. Variable ND mist. I'm like, yeah, great. Freewell did it already. They're done. Make something better and different. It's going to be a while before they beat that thing. 20, 35, 85. Would you swap the 85 for a Tamron 28 to 70 G1? Oh, God. Never get a Tamron anything unless it's for your worst enemy and you want his wedding to fall apart because of the photos. That's the only reason you get a Tamron mount. The only thing you should even be considering is which Zeiss lens to get. Zeiss has an 85 1.8, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I bet you that's the lens that has the magic pop. And then Sony's, oh, it's cheaper looking. Hobo, get some class. Zeiss all the way. Just which Zeiss prime do I need? And that's your answer. For years, I've used a Fuji X-T3 with 16mm 1.4 and 100 to 400 and the kit lens. That's a decent little setup. Not bad. Mainly, I record myself playing guitar and singing, use the system for wildlife and landscape. I've garnered a handful of hits that I'm proud of. No one cares about your life's work. Move on the show here. I'm considering selling out of Fuji. There's a plot twist. What the hell reason did you give us? My local camera store is pushing Sony? Yeah, great. The local ads are saying McDonald's has a sale. Nobody gives a shit. Sony for wildlife. Nikon also looks good. Should I just be patient with Fuji? Look, you bunch of dickheads. You stay with what you have until it just falls apart. things should be like, oh God, how is this still working? As long as you're getting the shot, you're having fun, it's like, you're done. I was fine with my G85. Shooting beyond those stars brought nothing but torment and ridicule. You stick with what you have. That sounds like a fun little setup. XT3 with the 16mm in here. Boom. Better autofocus than the XT4, piece of shit. And then the 100 to 400, that's my dream lens for Fuji. I bet you the stable on that thing. Fuji colors of the woods. Are you kidding yourself? That's where Fuji shines, in nature. Not on your face, your magenta-ass face. What color is this? I don't even know. Everything's glowing weird. Is glimmer glass used by itself, or is an ND filter also needed for 180 degree in bright conditions? Sigma 16mm 1.4 and an A6600. Oh God. The shakiest footage this world has ever seen. That combo. Hope you're not hand holding it. You better have 6 gimbals, each on another. A glimmer glass filter isn't gonna darken the image for you, so it's not gonna get your shutter speed down perfect like mine is. Take that. But yeah, it's just like for blooming the highlights and just creating a dreamy bullshit effect that annoys your audience. That's why I use it. So it's not gonna do anything, but like when I'm out on the GoPro, that's all I have is the glimmer glass on it. And then I use the high shutter speeds for better stabe, and I'm good to go. I'm happy with it. It's a vlog, you're not a movie. Nobody cares about the motion blur. Just add it in post for motion trails. Nobody can tell the difference. Stop being so Nancy picky. Nancy picky. I've been doing photography on my A7 too, but I want to start doing more video as well. Travel vlog stuff. Again with the want. Oh, I want to start a travel vlog show? Like, that's a whole life change here. Are you ready for it? Like the last haircut and freak family? You ready to meet them? I don't know that you are. What's the best upgrade path? A7C, A7 III? People who vlog with full frame cameras have hemorrhoids. They're uptight. They're bad people. Don't trust them. Just who would bring that heavy thing outside? Is too bright. And you got your ND filters. Half their show is just adjusting exposure for their stupid ass full frame camera designed for a dungeon, which is where they belong. It's so shaky. The A7C is bullshit. And you want to, maybe more money on the A7 IV for a show you haven't even started yet. You should be on a GoPro 10. That's all I know for sure. Do you need... I don't know that... Well, I do like Sony. I'm a fan. But for vlogging, it's so overkill, it's not even funny. Olympus is my favorite vlogger. If you want to step up beyond a GoPro. So, Olympus EM1 Mark III, top of the notch. EM5 Mark III could be dealt with. It's lighter. Might be nice. But what are you doing here? Stop, go away. All right, last question. So if you're choosing the lens first, which lens and camera system would you choose? You're looking at it. I can't see an improvement over this, except maybe today with this bullshit lighting. Lighting is everything, and this is terrible. But man, Zeiss for the lens. That's why I was thinking like, okay, if I get a Canon, what Zeiss lens can I use? None. They have some, but they all sucked. Oh, that 15mm, something, 2.8 I think. It was so heavy and expensive. Was it even a Zeiss? I don't even remember. It sucked compared to the RF 15 to 35. So it's like you pick your lens, Zeiss, wow. Or Leica, then you have to go with Panasonic. That hurts. Or Olympus, ooh, that saved the day. So Zeiss 25mm, I'd probably pick the Sony FX3 just because it looks cooler. And I'm pissed off that they released that thing after, and then we have this thing with my $7 million viewfinder that I've never used once, unless to scratch something out of my eye with. It's bullshit. So I think we're done. We are done. That's what I would pick. Unless for outside, it would be Olympus all the way, 12mm Tony 2. Then we're done with the Leica 25mm 1.4. I've helped so many people today that it's just hard. It's hard to cope with the amount of help that came off me today. I'm still in the shot, helping you. Who won today? Fuji Viltrox or Zeiss Sony? You know it. You know one of them did. I'm going to go after you subscribe for more advice. Subscribe 3 times.